Ananya, how many parties?
There's 40. We are on a date with 40 girls today.
Wow, don't I have the best Valentine? Amazing. So excited.
First question comes in from Ananya Bhatnagar. You can unmute your mic, tell us where you're from, and ask Rohit your question.
Hi, Rohit.
Hi. Oh my God, we meet again. So,
Yes,
this is
we meet
trivia
again.
for everyone. I was shooting in Delhi. This is in December. No, not December,
No,
actually, in
January.
January.
January 4th.
And this is a very quaint little house in Hostas. I do not know how Ananya managed to find that place. Actually, it wasn't me who put up a story. It was my really close friend who put up a story. And I don't know how Ananya managed to find that place. And she barged into the show to meet me. It is very, very sweet. And it happens to be one of my most cherished memories. So thank you, Ananya. And I'm so happy that I'm seeing you here.
It was actually because you were shooting just 2 minutes away from my house. So I was like so excited to meet you that time.
Okay.
Amazing. Ananya, what's your question?
So my question is you have said in your interviews you're a lot like Rishi in real life, and as we know, like first heartbreaks are the most hurting ones since I've experienced one too recently. My question was during your first heartbreak, was your perspective a lot like Rishi, or how did you deal with it? Like how did you tackle that phase of the first heartbreak, that hurting thing?
So I can't necessarily speak for Rishi because, like, we know that it's a fictional character. So Rishi feels what the writers and the director wants him to feel, right? Besides, we haven't really come to the part where we're focusing on Rishi's heartbreak. So I'm going to keep that as a suspense if there is a second season. But talking about how I dealt with it, it wasn't the first heartbreak that was so difficult for me. Because I honestly, perhaps I didn't really understand heartbreak too well at that time. But I can speak from the last heartbreak I had, and it was obviously very, very tough. It feels like it's the end of the world, and it feels like it feels like everything that you had is lost. But I think what I was told to focus on is what I have, as opposed to what I've lost, right? You have what you have always had, what you have at the moment, and what you always have is yourself. So I think what you really need to do is focus on yourself and not so much the heartbreak. Secondly, I know the most daunting part of a heartbreak, I can speak for myself, this is what I felt, Ananya, is that I didn't know where to start from. After I had a heartbreak, I did not know where to start, where to begin my life from. And that's because I made my relationship a very, very large part of my life, if not my entire life. So moving on, obviously lessons learned. What you need to always remember is that a relationship is a part of your life, perhaps a very, very important part of your life, but it is not your entire life. So I think these are the two things that I was told to focus on. These are the two things that I kind of made sure that I reiterated as till the time where it became muscle memory. So yeah, I really hope that nobody has to go through a heartbreak. And even if you do, I will try and make sure that you feel better.
Oh my God, thank you so much. You know what? You're actually the healer of my heart, and that teeny tiny thing that was left, I hope now I got the motivation to join that back. So thank you so much for first making my new year and now my Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for everything.
So much for being such an ardent follower, such an ardent supporter, and I must tell you, you look really, really nice today.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Amazing. All right, next.
Sneha, how are you doing?
Hi, so I'm from Mumbai and I'm literally living my best moment right now because I really love you and really respect you a lot, not just as an artist, but also as a human being. Because there is so much love, so much purity, so much honesty in you, and we all can see that in your performances as well. So I think that's the reason so many people love you so much, and so do I. So I'm really, really happy.
That's very, very sweet. Thank you so much.
Okay, so my question to you is, what are the 5 most important things in a relationship for you? As in, when you are in a relationship, what are the 5 things you think should be there between the two of you?
Okay. So I for everyone who doesn't know, I follow Nichiren Daishonin's
Yeah,
Buddhism.
I know.
I'm a very ardent follower of that. And in one of the guidances, so we have our mentor Daisaku Ikeda, who gives us guidances, right? Every day there's guidance that you read, and there's guidance about everything. There's guidance about love and relationships and friendships and career, ambition, heartbreak, everything. So there was one of his guidances that I read about love and I don't necessarily remember the words clearly, but, so I'm going to paraphrase it. But what it basically said is two people being in love should look like this, which means two people who are in love should, instead of looking at each other, they should be holding hands, but looking at their own destinies, right? Which means that two people shouldn't be so madly in love that they both should become each other's worlds. They're both a part of each other's worlds. They're holding hands as they grow together in their own individual life. This is very, very important for me. Second is, I cannot stand any kind of dishonesty in a relationship, no matter what it is. It could be the smallest thing. For me, even white lies hurt. So I'm not okay with that. I'm not taking the high moral ground and saying I've never done it. I have done it too, and I regret it, which is why moving on, I would never. Third is, I think who I'm in love with needs to be really driven in their life. I think there is nothing more inspiring and beautiful than to see an ambitious person. I think it's very, very important. I've been very ambitious since the time I was 15, which is when I started, my career. So for me, ambition is very, very important. I think the fourth thing that I would think, which is absolutely non-negotiable, is mutual respect for not just your partner, but also the people around you. I think it's very, very important. And I think the fifth thing would be just, I think just be kind. I think that never goes out of fashion. Kind to first yourself. I think that's most important. Really understand yourself, be kind to yourself, and then to everyone who's around you. So yeah, these are the five things that are very, very important for me in a relationship. And I think these are pretty much the deal breakers for me.
Thank you so much for answering that question.
Thank you, Sneha, for asking.
Thank you, Sneha.
Sneha also says pizza.
with the toppings of cuteness, charm, and lots of cheesy romance.
Oh wow. Thank you. Ananya Bhatnagar says pizza angel. Just wishing you a very, very, very happy Valentine's Day. This was absolutely incredible. One of my most memorable Valentines ever. And I can't thank you all enough for this. So thank you. And I really, really look forward to speaking to all of you all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rohit. We love you.
Thank you so much.